We're going to be learning now the Ktubim from the book of Proverbs for Parashat Vayikra for Thursday, Chok LeYisrael. Tzinim pachim bederech ikesh, shomer nafsho yirchak mehem, nishba beorcha akimta, uman denaten nafshe yirchak minehon. So this pasuk means thorns and snares, like traps, are in the way of the person who is crooked. And he who guards his soul distances himself from them. So in other words, if a person goes in a crooked way, he will stumble in all sorts of traps and obstacles and problems. But a person who is careful and who's scrupulous about his actions makes sure to go on a straight path. He avoids problems. So in other words, a person should be aware of the consequences of his actions. And a person who goes in a crooked way, eventually he will stumble on all sorts of obstacles and thorns and trouble. And a person who straightens out his path, he'll be saved from them. The next pasuk, Chanoch lanar al pi darko, gam ki yazkin lo yasur mimena, adrecha detalya likvel orche delachad nesuv niste mineh. And this pasuk says, educate a child in the way he should go, or according to his way. And even when he's old, he will not depart from it. So important is education of a child when he's still young, because what he learns when he's young, that stays with him forever. So important it is the education of our children. There are many places in our teachings that say the importance of learning when you're young. It's like a fresh piece of paper with nicely written. It says it stays with the person's memory. What he's trained in when he's young will stay with him forever. But there is another dimension to this pasuk. Chanoch lanar pi darko, educate a child according to his way, means that when you educate a child, it should be also according to his natural inclination. Not everybody can be a mathematician, and not everyone can be a musician. Whatever his natural inclination is, that's what you should use to channel it in the good direction, and to use his talents and his natural, what he's inclined to do, to get the best results. And therefore, al pi darko, according to his way. I'll tell you, those who have children will tell you that every child has even though they grew up all in the same family, each one is unique in his own way. And each one has a great potential to do wonderful things based on his natural talents, his natural inclination. And that's what a person should attempt to do, is to channel those potential, those energies in the right direction, and to educate the child when he's young in those things. Next pasuk, Ashir berashim yimshol ve'eved lo lovel ish malveh. Atira b'miskenen nishtalet ve'avda yozif legavra muzfana. The pasuk means the rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. And the plain meaning is, when you borrow money from someone, you become like a servant to him, and the quicker you pay off the loans, the quicker you're going to become free of that servitude type of thing. Rashi takes it to another dimension. He takes it from the approach of en ashir ve'ani ela bedat. What is considered to be rich, who is considered to be poor, is only bedat, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And in other words, a poor person, which means a poor in knowledge or poor in wisdom, somebody who's arid, somebody who's an ignoramus, is like a certain, he needs always the Tamid Chacham to give him answer, when actually, if he learned on his own, he'll be able to benefit from wisdom directly from his learning of Torah. But if he's not learned, then he's an Am Haaretz, he's going to always need the Tamid Chacham to guide him in the proper path. So that's an extra dimension that is given by Rashi to this pasuk. The next pasuk, Zorea Avla Yiktzor Aven, Veshevet Evrato Ichle, Zorea Avla Nehtzad Ata, Veshivta Deheryaneh Nigmor. So what does it mean here? The pasuk means, he who sows iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his wrath shall fail. And I'll explain it a little bit in more detail here. We say that a person who is going after sins and transgressions and iniquity and proper behavior, he's going to reap vanity. He's going to reap nothing, just vanity of vanities, And it's not something that is solid that will be continue to exist for a long time. So it's only an appearance of success and of benefit. But if he goes in the wrong path, eventually what it seems to be that he's earning is going to amount to nothing. And Shevet Evrato, and the rod of his wrath, in other words, even what it would seem to be something that he has as authority, which means like it will deteriorate and he will fail eventually. In the long term, such a person will fail if he goes in the wrong path. Tov ayin u'evorach ki nata min lahmo ladal. Man detava u'ayne unid berach metul de'ahev man lahme lemeskena. And the explanation of this pasuk, a person who has a generous eye shall be blessed because he gives of his bread to the poor. In other words, somebody who's generous, somebody who helps others in need. And Tov Ayin, somebody who has a good eye. What is to have a good eye? Is somebody who is happy for the successes of others. That's a great, great quality. That was the quality of Aharon HaKohen that the Torah tells us about, that he was happy for the success of his brother, even though his brother was younger than him. And it's a great quality to have, to be available for people to help them and to be happy for their successes. And the opposite of that, it would be jealousy. That's why somebody who has ayin hara, somebody who has that kind of jealousy, that is the evil eye. But the opposite of that is what this pasuk about is speaking about. Tov ayin, somebody who has a good eye, who's happy for the success of other, who is really ready to help others and wants others to be successful. Such a person, yevorach, he will merit the blessings of Hashem. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.